welcome with
Nice to see you.
Frontiers.
Yeah,
Yes.
how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good.
So how excited are you about what's happening on Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm very excited. I mean, it's been 4 years since we filed a lawsuit in San Francisco, the district court, and we feel a lot has changed in this country in that 4 years. We've seen a country go from 30 to 40% acceptance of the idea of marriage equality. The latest poll has us at 58% and moving in the right direction. So we feel pretty confident, although you never know what's going to happen with the Supreme Court. We feel confident that they will rule in our favor, and the question will be how wide and how broad the ruling will be. It may be narrow to just allow for California, which is great. We'll take that because that's an eighth of the country. Or, as we have argued in our brief, this is a fundamental right that has been upheld in 14 different adjudications by the Supreme Court to be a fundamental right. Everybody has a fundamental right to marry. So maybe we will get that broad ruling, but you never know. We feel good about it. But whatever the ruling is, how broad or narrow, there will be marriage equality in this country. It's just a matter of time. I mean, you look back now and you can't imagine that we ever lived in a country where a woman could not vote, or a black person could not marry a white person, or a black person could not vote. So years from now, we'll look back at this time and say, you mean there was a time when gay people couldn't get married? I mean, it will seem very quaint and odd, but we have to fight this until that is that case.
You mentioned how far the country has come in the past 4 years. How much of an impact do you think AFER has had on that change?
Well, I think AFER has had a tremendous impact because this was the first federally filed lawsuit. Up till now, it was going, state by state. The fact that we put a national face on all of this, we said this is a national issue. This is not just something that should be decided state by state. It's like Emancipation Proclamation. It is like any kind of civil right. A civil right should not be something that is determined state by state. Either you have that civil right or you don't. And so I believe we've nationalized this, and we see how far we've come in a very short time.
And what do you think of Ted Olson's impact, you as a famous liberal, and him as a famous conservative Republican?
Well, I think Ted Olson has had an enormous impact because what he did by coming out in favor and arguing our case is he basically took all the partisanship out of the issue. He made it a civil rights issue. He made it a legal issue and not one that can be determined as to be Republican or Democrat. And he was the one who suggested David Boyce, the man who opposed him in Bush v. Gore. And the fact that the two of them team up sends a very, very strong message that this is a completely nonpartisan issue and should be thought of that way, and is that.
Thank you very much.